What up, YouTube? This your boy Atruckernamedjay coming at you with another video, man. Just sitting here on the couch at the crib chilling. Um, just thinking, man. You know what I mean? Just thinking about uh, a lot of decisions that I've made over the past month. It's almost 2 months. Really, like 3 months, man. You know, the inconsistencies I've had in my trucking career, the flip floppiness, the inconsistency, whatever, man. Like, I just like I have a bad habit of making emotional decisions. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that um, I'm gonna try to justify. It's just something that I've always done, whether it's with money, health, finance, whatever. Health, finance and money, the same thing. But you know, I get in this thought process to where I stop thinking rationally and I just completely let my emotions decide what I'm going to do. You know, and I kind of feel like I let that um, allow me to go local, and that's what I did, man. I've been in the port since pretty much like it's funny how it happened. I came home in the port in like July, September, like July. I came in July. Pause. I came in July, and it's like I did it for a month, and I realized that this really wasn't the best fit for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool, but it just wasn't the amount of money I was used to making when I was training and leasing in Swift. So I left, and then I went back to Swift as a company over the road trainer. That's when I trained my man Will. And then I left again. I left Swift again because of the whole CPAP sleep study situation, and they came and got my truck because I was home too long. But I was legitimately home trying to get my CPAP taken care of, and that ended up with me staying home and deciding like I'm gonna just do the port joint and make that work. And at first, man, everything was cool. Like, even now, it's cool. But what I realized was that the local life that I thought I wanted is actually it's not. You know what I mean? Like, it feels too much like a 9 to 5. It feels too much like a job. The worst thing you can do with trucking, I feel, is turn it into a job. This isn't a job. You have to look at least like a career. I look at it as a lifestyle. But um, it just, it 100% wasn't what I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? And I felt myself getting complacent. I felt myself becoming, what I tell people not to, and that's like settling and being okay with just okay. And, oh well, you know what? As long as all my bills are paid, uh, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I was becoming that guy, and I had to snap out of it, man. And so ultimately, what I decided, man, is that I'm headed back to Swift Transportation. Headed back to Swift Transportation. I'm going to go back and do the OTR refrigerated side, and I'm going to train after 30 days, man. And I know people gonna talk shit. People gonna look at me sideways because of how I talk, man. All I can do, I'm not gonna apologize, because to apologize for stuff that I've said would be bullshit. Because I meant it because I said it. I'm not one to say stuff that I don't tend to support. So I just was maybe a little misguided. Maybe I was just chasing something that cannot exist. Um, I fed into the storylines that a lot of these local guys put out of how much quality time they're spending with their family, and how much it's the same amount of money, and it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean? You're home more, so you're spending more. the quality. I mean, it's a big difference between quality time and just being around your family. And what I've noticed a lot of is when I'm home doing the local stuff or even just regional, because the port has three different type of loads. You got loads that'll get you on, or it won't send you too far, more than 100 miles out. You got loads that'll send you medium, which is kind of like regional, which you'll be home still every night, but you'll drive farther. So for my area in Virginia, it may be a load going to North Carolina, it may be a load going to Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even the tip of Delaware. You know, I think that we can get up there and get back. But then you have the OTR loads. You know, the loads that I would go out to Kentucky, do 10 hours and then come back, you know. But even with that throughout the week, man, it's like them 10-hour breaks you spend at the house, you literally, some nights are just coming home, eating something just to say you ate something, hopping in the shower, put water on your body just to claim you took a shower, and you in the bed, man, because you're tired, you're running, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not doing that, you're in a situation where you are trying to spend time with family, you're trying to do everything, and now you're only getting a limited amount of sleep. And even with a CPAP machine, which I do have, that's not good because, you know, when you get up the next day and you got to do another 9 to 10 hours, you're not as rested. OTR, man, you sleeping majority of them 10 hours. Sometimes you may take a 12-hour break, depending on how far ahead you are. You know what I mean? But this is my opinion. This is based off of my situation. And I feel like going back to Swift Transportation as an over-the-road mentor is going to be best for my situation. I think it'll push me. I think it'll keep me going towards the right direction, which is to chase a lifestyle to where I can be home and don't even got to get out of the bed, you know. Am I going to lease with Swift? Not right away. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice, or 3 times for that matter. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to evaluate my situation as it adapts, as it changes. And I'm just going to do whatever is best. You know what I mean? Like, making mistakes are fine as long as you learn from them, at least by the 3rd try. You know what I mean? If you don't learn from them, you keep going in the same circle, you're an idiot. And I don't like being an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Especially when you have people in your corner who are telling you certain things. And it's just like, you know when it's the right thing to do something because you don't want to do it. I don't want to go over the road. My wife doesn't want me to go over the road, but we understand that it is the best situation for us to get ahead because now we have gotten to a point where we're doing okay. We're doing good. We have a house, even though we're living with her mother, but it's a big enough house to where it doesn't feel like it did when we lived in the apartment. You know, we're comfortable. My son is always happy, you know, but it just got to a point where I just want more. You know, I got a taste of that lifestyle when I took my family to Myrtle Beach. I got a taste of that lifestyle when I was getting $2,000 checks every week. You know what I'm saying? And to go and just try to live an average lifestyle and do average shit that everybody else around here in the 757 can do, I just can't do that, man. I've experienced a better standard of living. That's not a shot at anybody. That's just me speaking to myself and what I want for my family. I don't want my family to just be okay. That's not acceptable anymore. Because I know that I can provide better. Whenever you know that you can provide better or you can do better, you can achieve more, and you choose to not do that, you're settling. And I just don't want to be a settler. I owe it to my son. I owe it to my future generations of what may pass down, my grandkids, great grandkids, whatever. You know what I mean? I could be the one that changes how my family lives. We can just be another average black family that gets a little bit of money and spends more than they're capable of making and just barely get by, but still live comfortable enough to lie to themselves every day to make them think that that's a good life. Or I can try to achieve something bigger and put my family in a situation to be better than the average. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it, man. I think that's what I can get out of Swift. I know I can get that out of Swift. The beauty about going to Swift is I know exactly what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do. I know the system. I was there for 10 months. So, you know, I've spent more time with Swift than all the other companies I've been with together. So I know people are going to say, oh, well, you've been with this company, this company, this company. Hey, man, Swift has always been the most consistent, and that's what I'm going back with, man. If it ain't broke, I'm going to stop trying to fix it. It's just that simple. So, but that's what it is, man. I'm going back to Swift Transportation. I'm gonna go back, start getting this Swift money, and I'm gonna start building my business back up, get a couple of personal things in order, and who knows, man. Next year maybe we'll grow into something. You never know. You know, I'm not gonna be the type of YouTube personality that makes a lot of false promises, because there's a lot of YouTubers out here who say they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, and a couple of months later, a couple of weeks later, nothing to show. And I was one of those as well. You know what I mean? But I don't want to do that. You know, I want to let my actions speak louder than my words ever could. You know. So, but as always, stay safe, stay positive, productive. God, family, truck, and I check y'all next video, man.